This is John Martinka, and one of the best things you can do for your company is to grow it. Now, I say that and a lot of owners think, well, I like it where it is. Well, a company not growing is stagnant, but a larger company has a lot more options. They have a lot more options as far as people. They have a lot more exit strategy options. The bigger your company, the more potential buyers there are for it. Not just more that you're going to get paid, but more that you can create buyer competition. So let's look at a few examples of companies that I have helped grow. One was a company that did service and distribution of products. They did repairs, specialized scientific instruments. The sales manager was in a quandary. He needed to fill two out of three positions, because people had left. And one of the reasons people left was that they weren't making enough money and that the whole sales system in this company was convoluted. We had some discussions, and it was my recommendation we change the whole sales paradigm. In other words, we changed the way they hired people, we changed the way their territories were set up, the way they concentrate on different products and services. We had a great plan, we had some good applicants, we found two very qualified people, but it was tough to get the president to buy in. And the reason it was tough to get the company president to buy in was that these people demanded and deserved a base salary twice what the company had ever paid any other salespeople. But it worked. The new territories, the better people, paid off, because in less than 6 months, both of these salespeople were into commission versus their base salary. In other words, they were generating profit for the company. Second situation, small manufacturer rep distribution company. The owner made a fundamental mistake. One of his suppliers accounted for 2/3 of his sales. Now, usually when people look at a company, their first issue with concentration is customers. Does one customer account for too much business? Do 3 customers account for the top 70%? Because if one of them leaves, you're in trouble. What often gets ignored is vendor concentration, and this owner had a problem with it. Well, he had a problem because of it, because when that supplier dropped him, he was in tough shape. We built a sales plan. We built, more than that, an action plan to get the owner and the employees to all realize everybody was in sales. In fact, this owner came up with a pretty good little incentive program for his office staff on inside sales. He called it a quota buster. Every month they met their quota of orders, everyone got a cash bonus. Not a check, not a contribution to profit sharing, a cash bonus. And it worked. Within 1 year, it went from 6 figures on the negative side to over 6 figures on the profit side. Again, it was taking action. It was having a good plan. Finally, I'm going to talk to you about a company, Seattle area, about 100 employees. The owner was making good money, about $500,000 a year profit after salaries. And his line was, I know of almost an equal amount is filtering, falling through the cracks. We need to improve operations in all areas. So we went in, an associate and I went in, and make a long story short, we interviewed people, we analyzed systems, we helped them hire a new financial person, and things started coming together. We tried to create systems in every department. Good financial reporting. In this case, there was a dual set of books. Why was there a dual set of books? Because the owner kept his own books, which took up a lot of his time and kept him away from management and sales. We held a management retreat, a facilitation session, to show you where some of that money was filtering through the cracks. At one point, we talked about job tracking. The company had 2 facilities. They had an office, showroom, administration facility, and a manufacturing plant. Managers from each of those facilities at one point looked to each other and said, you do that report? They were both doing the same report, same job tracking, separately, eating up precious resources. It could have just been done once and shared using today's modern technology. Let's talk about the flip side, where there isn't buy-in. The previous examples had buy-in from the relevant people. Everyone wanted to make things better. This last case is an owner who said he wanted to make things better, but we questioned whether he really did. For example, held management meetings to ask the managers, the management staff, what do you think are the top issues with your employees? We ranked them, gave them levels of importance, then we met with the employees. We asked the management staff to rank what they thought the employees' top concerns in the company were. We then met with the employees. Their answers were completely different. In other words, the management didn't know what was bothering the employees. Poor communication. Oh, and by the way, poor communication between management and employees, between different departments, was the #1 issue far and away of all the employees. There just wasn't good teamwork, wasn't good communication. Couple this with the fact that the owner's wife was an employee. Now, she considered herself an employee. The employees considered her part of the ownership management team. So when halfway through the employee meeting, she walked in as an employee, the answers stopped flowing. Nobody wanted to say what concerned them in front of her. Here's another thing that went on in that company. We had the owner who didn't understand accounting. We had the owner's wife, and we had the chief operating officer, the general manager, all giving instructions to the accounting department. All giving different instructions to the accounting department. That's not the way to run a business. So what it really came down to in that company was communication and control. The owner did not want to give up control of anything. He wanted to have his hands in absolutely everything in the company. He didn't like delegating. He didn't trust others to get it done. Even things he didn't know about or wasn't good at, he wanted to have his fingers in. Take advice from him in his situation. Delegate, create teamwork, have open communication, and make your company better. Thank you.